Hey guys, Michael Griswold here again. Alright, so we've talked about what to do in the immediate aftermath of a breakup, right? And that is, to recap, agree with whatever's going on and do it wholeheartedly. Because this is not to give up in any way. This is actually to fortify your position. It's actually to make you stronger and make your relationship stronger. And we went over that before, the way that if you're both at least on the same page, the opportunity for communication can be open instead of it just being a kind of a butting of heads, as sometimes it is. So now, what we're going to talk about is, what do you do? Okay? What do you do now that you're not talking? Because it seems like if the goal is to get them back, then not talking isn't really achieving that. Well, there's a lot of tips and techniques that are gone into in this book, but I want to give you the mindset behind it, okay? Which is this. What do we value as people? We value things that are rare, right? Think about, why do we pay thousands of dollars for a diamond instead of a cubic zirconia? It's rare, right? You see this all the time with marketing experts, right? You can't turn on the television and watch like one of those TV offers, right? Without them saying, act now, supplies are limited. Why does that work? Well, in Robert Cialdini's book, his brilliant book, Influence, The Psychology of Persuasion, he talks about 6 factors that give us influence on other people's lives. One of them is scarcity. And scarcity is the idea that whatever you have, there's a limited supply of. How can we apply this to a relationship? Well, it's like this. I'm sure that you see this happens with parents and children, this happens with husbands and wives, it happens with boyfriends and girlfriends, brothers and sisters, it happens with friends. The people that you spend a lot of time with, oftentimes, you can take for granted, can't you? And you miss out on all of the things that appeal to you about them because you just see them all the time. So, coming back to the idea that you guys have broken up, and now, what do you do? Well, what you do is you wait. But you don't wait in a way that's, just kind of groveling or waiting for him or her to come back to you. You wait with the understanding of what this waiting is doing. And this is what I mean. When you're waiting, when you've had a relationship with someone, and it's been a genuine relationship where there's real emotions, and we've talked about this before, real, memories and real inside jokes and places that you go, and what you got her on your last anniversary, what she got you for your birthday, those types of things. Those things don't just disappear, right? But what this waiting does is it allows you to be a bit more in control, because if you can get this, you are providing the scarcity of your time. Now you might say, well, she broke up with me, or he broke up with me. Doesn't matter. The point is that if you commit to being no contact for a bit of time, then you are providing a scarcity of your time. What was abundant in their life, right? They could call you anytime, get in touch with you, see you, etc., has now become scarce. And what do we value? We value the things that are scarce. I'm sure you've seen this before. Matter of fact, you're probably seeing it now. You're feeling it because you used to be with your boyfriend or your girlfriend regularly. You used to call them, they'd take your calls, you text them, they text you back. Right. However, do you honor your ex-boyfriend, ex-girlfriend more now? Do you want them more now? My guess is yes. You want to use that same tactic, that same psychological effect on them. Now, this isn't to be dirty or underhanded, and you're not tricking them. We're just using common sense human approach to relationships, which is if you just spend all your time together all the time and you just kind of get accustomed to each other and the spark fizzles. I'm sure that makes sense. So this is what it means. Oftentimes when people break up, the person that breaks up with the other person will reinitiate contact when they want to. You have to not let them do this. Because if you're a guy and your girlfriend broke up with you and she sends you a text and you just respond straight away, well then all of the scarcity is on her part. Does that make sense? I'm sure it does. Instead, you need to level the playing field again. We talked about before leveling the playing field communication-wise. Now we level the playing field in terms of scarcity. Because if your girlfriend or your boyfriend can break up with you, and then as soon as they want to get back with you or talk to you or just interact with you in any way, you immediately do so, then you haven't given them the opportunity, the pleasure, the enjoyment of missing you. And that really is a pleasure. I mean, if you've ever gone away from someone that you love, when you come back, it's sweeter, isn't it? So, hope this is helpful. Take this idea of using scarcity, the scarcity of your time, and use that to help you understand why you're not talking to them. It's not in any way to be begrudging or resentful or anything like that. It's because we are people, and as people we operate psychologically. And in order to make your relationship stronger and more stable than it has ever been, you want to use these natural, common sense psychological techniques so that you both can benefit from it. Until next time, see you.